Welcome to Trout Towns, the show where I take you to some of the best towns across America for trout fishing. Each episode, we'll travel to a new town to fish two specific trout streams, from freestone to limestone to tailwater and everything in between. We'll also highlight some of the great American history as well as architecture illustrated by the towns which we visit. All that and more today on Trout Towns. On this special saltwater edition episode of Trout Towns, we're in Manteo, North Carolina, your gateway to saltwater fishing the Outer Banks, whether it's the shallow sounds, the impressive inlets, or the mighty Atlantic Ocean. Our first stop on this trip will be to the Croatan and Roanoke Sounds. These shallow and relatively calm sounds, which surround the island of Manteo, are home to numerous migratory saltwater species, including sea trout, flounder, and much, much more. We'll then check out the Oregon Inlet, connecting the Pamlico Sound with the Atlantic Ocean and surrounded by the Cape Hatteras National Seashore and Pea Island National Wildlife Refuge. This inlet is a pristine location to wet your line. While in town, we'll then explore Manteo's rich historical past. Dating back to England's first New World colony in the late 16th century, Manteo eventually grew to become the county seat of Dare County with a burgeoning commercial fishing industry, and today experiences significant tourism. We'll also highlight some of Manteo's historically significant public, commercial, and residential architecture, with styles ranging from Victorian to Queen Anne and Italianate. Please join me today as we fish, explore, and embrace our very next special saltwater edition episode of Trout Towns in Manteo, North Carolina. Manteo is a town in Dare County, North Carolina, located on Roanoke Island, and is the county seat of Dare County. Roanoke's history is legendary. Long before Jamestown and Plymouth were settled, this island played host to the first English-speaking colonists in America. In 1584, an English fort and settlement with more than 100 men was established on the north end of the island, but it was abandoned the following year due to weather, lack of supplies, and poor relations with the Native Americans. The colonists and Native Americans didn't get along, despite the fact that the two local chiefs, Manteo and Wanchese, had been taken to England in hopes of forming good relations. In 1587, another party of 110 English colonists, including women and children, set sail for the New World, reaching Roanoke Island in July of that year. On August 18th, one of the colonists, Eleanor Dare, gave birth to the first English-speaking child in the New World, Virginia Dare. A week later, the baby's grandfather, Captain John White, was forced to return to England for badly needed supplies. Due to Spanish attacks on the English, White was waylaid in England for 3 years, and when he returned to Roanoke Island in 1590, there was no sign of his granddaughter or the other colonists. With their houses gone, the only sign of human presence was the letters C-R-O and Croatoan carved on two trees. This led some to believe that the colonists had sought the help of the Croatoan Indians on Hatteras Island, but they were not there. The fate of these lost colonists is as much of a mystery today as it was back then, and their story has been retold in the outdoor drama The Lost Colony since 1937. Roanoke Island was permanently settled in the mid-1600s, with many of the original family names like Etheridge, Baum, and Daniels, among others, very much still alive on the island today. In 1870, Dare County was formed, with the county seat and courthouse established on Roanoke Island at the site along Shallabag Bay, now Manteo. The government center became known as Manteo in 1873 when the post office was established. By then, it had become a bustling center for business and trade. As offices and retail operations began to take off, the town still remained connected to its waterfront, with most stores permitting both land and water access. The town of Manteo was incorporated in 1899. And permanent connections to the rest of the Outer Banks and to the mainland did not occur until bridge construction began in 1929. Between 1984 and 1987, Roanoke Island and Manteo played a large part in America's 400th anniversary celebration. Manteo's downtown area was renovated and revitalized, and the centerpiece of the celebration was the Elizabeth II, a representative 16th century sailing ship similar to what the colonists arrived in 400 years earlier, constructed on site at the Manteo waterfront. Manteo has changed significantly in the past number of decades, with more shops, galleries, and restaurants that fill the downtown area more so than ever before. Some of the most popular Outer Banks attractions are found in Manteo and on Roanoke Island. For example, the Roanoke Marshes Lighthouse, the Roanoke Island Festival Park and the Elizabeth II, the North Carolina Aquarium, the Elizabethan Gardens, and, of course, the Lost Colony outdoor drama. The Fort Raleigh National Historic Site is a National Park Unit property which preserves the remains of the original Roanoke Colony settlement site and fort of 1585 to 1587. The fort site was the subject of intensive archaeological investigations from 1936 to 1948 and has been partially reconstructed. Manteo has a heavy tourist influx during the summer months, and the economy has shifted from the retail and commercial fishing sectors to one primarily based on tourism. Manteo is also home to more bed and breakfast inns than any other town in the Outer Banks. Manteo also has a restored 1880s boathouse, which serves as the North Carolina Maritime Museum, and the Outer Banks History Center. The Roanoke Island Festival Park near the downtown waterfront features interactive displays, special events, and a reproduction 16th century sailing vessel constructed in the 1980s at the Maritime Museum Boathouse to help celebrate and interpret the 400th anniversary of the Roanoke colony. Lastly, with respect to history, we have the Roanoke Marshes Lighthouse and the Manteo Weather Tower nearby, which represents the more recent maritime heritage of this area. Now, with that brief history provided, let's go give the Croatan and Roanoke Sounds the old.
Wonderful little dock. I don't know if it's slack tide or what, but water's not moving a lot. We're just throwing out fish bites, we're throwing out bloodworms, maybe a shrimp. We're jigging around. I don't think we're gonna get a ton, but we'll just see what happens. Beautiful little pier. All right, just got some type of fish on a shrimp, a gulp shrimp, artificial shrimp. Not sure what it is. Doesn't feel like a big guy. Oh, there he is. There he is. It's probably a flounder if I had to guess. Probably a juvenile flounder, but we'll take it. We'll certainly take it. I have another rod right here, so it's making this kind of tricky. Yep, that's a flounder. That's a flounder. We like flounder on this channel. Typically we fish for trout, but you know, when in Rome, right? Oh no, 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 no. That is a sea trout. Holy cow, that's a sea trout. That's a sea trout. That's a good sized sea trout. Wow, I try to get him up here real gingerly. That's sick, dude. Wonderful. So we got a nice sized sea trout, probably like a keeper sized, honestly. We're gonna get the hook out of him, get him right out of here. That's sick. So this is Traveling Trout Co, and we did get a beautiful sea trout. So let's get this guy right out of here. I think I may have something here. Not sure. It was shaking like there was something on here. I could be wrong. Nope, nope. We were getting a bite, but he did not like the fish bites. That's okay. We'll just plop it right back out there. See what happens. That's the best you can do, is just plop it out there and see what happens. All right, just got a fish under the dock. Can't really see him yet. Feels pretty good. Again, on this undersized rod. See what we got. Probably a flounder under these pylons or whatever. Oh no, this is something else. I don't even know what this is. Huh. Interesting. This is, I know it's some kind of trash fish. Don't really want to touch him, but anyways, that's pretty cool. We're gonna get the hook out of him and get him right out of here. That's great. All right, so I think we might have a little fish on here. Let's see. Oh yeah, there we go. There we go. Got a nice, what is this? Nice spot. Hit the bloodworm, of course. But yeah, nice little spot, good size. Oh, actually, that's a croaker. What am I saying? I can hear him croak. So we got a croaker on here. Let's get him out of here. All right, I think I might have something here. I was jigging under the dock, and what do you know? Yep, got some. Probably small. This is the shrimp. Yeah, it doesn't feel too big, but we will take it. We will certainly take it. Yeah, I've been jigging around the docks with a gulp shrimp. Not a lot of love. Not a ton of love, but we'll see what we got on here. That is, I don't know what that is. That's some kind of catfish. Okay. Catching a lot of species on this trip. This is some kind of catfish that I want to be real careful about not touching because I know they have barbels and stuff. So, okay, we got some kind of catfish, some kind of brackish catfish. Again, not going to touch them because of the barbels. Yeah, not bad, not bad. Probably like 10, 11 inch catfish. So let's get the hook out of them. We already took a look at them, so I don't think we need to look at them anymore. Not a big catfish person, but that's okay. And he's gone. It's like it never happened. All right. All right, so I think I got a little teeny tiner on here. Let's see. Yeah, just a little teeny tiner. Not even sure what that is. My saltwater identification skills are pretty weak. But no. All right, well, he fell. We just put him right back in the water. He's okay. Got a little startled there. That's fine. Wind has not abated yet. Definitely getting bites here. Would love to catch something like a, redfish or a sea trout or something cool, but we're just gonna keep plugging away and see what happens. I think I might have a fish on here. We'll see. It's a little heavier than normal. I could be wrong. If it's a small fish, it's really hard to tell sometimes. Oh yeah, that's a fish. That's a fish. That'll be a, pretty sure that's a croaker. You can tell it's a croaker because they make a croaking sound, if you can believe that. Not a bad little croaker. Not a bad little croaky. We'll get him right out of here. Let's get him out of here. Pretty sure I might have a bite here. Not fighting too hard. If this is a fish, it's a teeny tiner. Yep, we got a fish. That looks like maybe another croaker. Yeah, another croaker. So he hit the fish bites. That's great. Nice little croaker. Let's get the hook out of him. And I mean, you're already looking at him, so we're not going to take a look at him, but let's get him out of here. All right, so I think that's all we have from this pier and this bridge. Let's see if we can find another spot in and around Manteo on one of the sounds and see if we can catch just a couple more fish. Ideally some bigger fish, maybe some red drum or something. We shall see. All right, so we're looking at the Croatan Sound. We got some construction work going on over here. I got out a top and bottom rig with some bloodworms. I'm also going to be jigging around with a gulp shrimp with a smaller rod. So anyways, we got the bait out right now, and we're just going to see what happens. We're just going to see what happens. Really loud, I apologize. But I mean, those are great American construction jobs, so we actually like to see that quite a bit. Anyways, we'll just see what happens. Just got a fish. Doesn't feel too big. Little guy. We'll take it. Ooh, flounder. Nice. Just got either a summer flounder, a fluke, or a southern flounder. I know they have both here. I'm using my 6'6". The smallest rod I have, of course, catches the flounder. My buddy Poe hates flounder. I love flounder. I think flounder are great. Let's walk him over here. He hit a jig head and a shrimp, so that's great. That looks like a keeper size too, perhaps. I don't know what keeper is down here, but not bad. Oh, we will certainly take it. I love flounder. Flounder are great. Let's get him over here. Come on, bud. Oh, nice. Yeah, nice summer flounder. All right, well, he got off. I'm gonna count that like we caught him. You saw him. I didn't touch him, but I'm gonna count that. Just got what I think is another fish. We'll see. Yeah, it's a fish. Not sure what it is yet. Oh, another flounder. Nice. Let's try to like actually land this one, huh? It's a little guy. Little guy. Little guy. We'll take it. We'll take it. Nice little flounder. Hold on, bud. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. We'll get you out of here. Hold on, bud. Love these flounder. I think they're beautiful fish. Beautiful fish. Let's get them right out of here. See you later, bud. See you later. All right, just got a fish, fighting pretty hard. Again, I'm using like a 6'6" medium action, so really anything feels good. Another small flounder, let's get him over here. We'll take it, we'll take a small flounder. All right, wonderful. That's the second one we landed. Very small, it's okay. Hold on, bud, hold on. We'll get you out of here, hold on. See you later, bud. See you later. Just plop him right back in there, that's great. Just got another fish, feels like another small flounder perhaps, who knows. We will certainly take it. Yep, small flounder. We'll take it. Nice little guy. Let's get him out of here. All right, so here on this little kind of side section of the, I think, Roanoke Sound, Manteo's right around the corner. We're throwing out a little bit of bloodworms just to see if there's any small fish going, and then I got another rod with a gulp shrimp. We're just jigging around, seeing if there's any flounder, I don't know, redfish, maybe sea trout, who knows. So let's just see what happens. So I think I might have a little guy right here. Let's see. Yeah, it feels like something. All right, we got something. Little guy, presumably. Oh, it's a sea robin or something? Yeah, I was told by a Parks and Rec guy like yesterday not to touch these guys, so we're gonna get pliers out and deal with them, but that's a sea robin, I do believe. I think we might have another little fish on here. All right, oh, two, double up. Doubling up, that's what we like to see. Two teeny tiners, but that's pretty cool. I think my rod might be going off here. Feels like I might have something. And it's a crab. That's probably a legal size blue crab. Eating. Yeah, back up, dude. Just get back in the water. Let's keep going, guy. And he's back. All right, so with night fast approaching, we are gonna wrap up for today. So we fished the Croatan Sound, we fished the Roanoke Sound, we caught a bunch of fish, had a wonderful time. But now, let's head back to Manteo.
Manteo has over 120 buildings, including private, commercial, and public, that have been identified as historically significant in the town. Most of these buildings have been restored to their original beauty or have been meticulously maintained and respected throughout their many years. Manteo even has several buildings on the National Register of Historic Places list, including the George Washington Creef House, a historic home built in about 1895 as a two-story L-shaped frame dwelling with Victorian design elements. Last up in Manteo from the National Register of Historic Places list is the Theodore S. Meekins House. This historic home, which was finished in 1912 and is 2.5 stories in the Queen Anne style, features a 3-story corner tower and a 1-story wraparound porch. Stretching out 40 yards and tucked into Shallow Bag Bay, you will find the Roanoke Marshes Lighthouse. This lighthouse reminds you more of a small coastal cottage, with its white exterior accented with black shutters and a brick red roof. Two other lighthouses built in the 1800s carried the Roanoke Marshes Lighthouse name and were lost or abandoned due to extensive and neglected repairs and a compromised foundation from the challenges of this environment. The current Roanoke Marshes Lighthouse is a replica of the third lighthouse to carry that same name, constructed in 1877 on the southern end of the Croatan Sound in the village of Wanchese on Roanoke Island. The current Roanoke Marshes Lighthouse was completed and dedicated on September 25, 2004. Manteo's red brick Old County Courthouse was built between 1903 and 1904 in the classical revival style by the B.F. Smith Fireproof Construction Company. Although not directly in Manteo, but a short drive away through Nagsett, the current Bodie Island Lighthouse is the third that stood in the vicinity of Bodie Island and was built in 1872. Standing at 156 feet tall, this lighthouse is located on the Roanoke Sound, on a portion of the peninsula that is the first part of the Cape Hatteras National Seashore. With 219 steps that spiral to the top, this 170-foot structure is one of only a dozen remaining tall, brick tower lighthouses in the United States. The architectural style of this lighthouse is Italianate, with a foundation made of timber, granite, and rubble, and constructed of brick, cast iron, and stone. Now, if you'll indulge me for just a few moments, we'll go on an architectural walking tour of Manteo, North Carolina, and then, I promise, we'll get back to catching some nice saltwater fish. About 20 minutes south from Manteo, we are looking at the Oregon Inlet. So the Oregon Inlet connects the broader Atlantic Ocean right here in the, I don't know if this is the mid-Atlantic, not sure, who knows, but probably not the mid-Atlantic. Anyways, the Oregon Inlet connects to, I'm not sure what sound this is. I don't know if it's the Croatan, Roanoke, maybe it's a completely different sound. Either way, we got a fishing pier over here, very crowded, not gonna go over there, but on the other side of the inlet here, we have kind of this like peninsula that juts out. The surf is very rough, it's a little bit windy out, so we are probably gonna stick out here, or in here, at the Oregon Inlet. I'm gonna have out a couple different rods. Right now I have on some sand fleas and some fish bites. I also have some actual bloodworms. I got some finger mullet, I got some shrimp. We're gonna try a little bit of everything, kind of working our way up and down these rocks here. Not really sure what could be biting. I mean, it could be redfish, bluefish, flounder, I don't know, sheep's head, croaker, spot, whatever. There's a lot of different fish around this time of year, late summer. So anyways, yeah, let's see what happens. I'm also gonna throw out some soft plastics in case there's some sea trout or anything else lurking. Maybe some gulp shrimp, we shall see. I just saw this rod moving around a lot. This is the bloodworm. Oh, we got a fish, okay. We got a fish, little guy. Feels like a little guy, that's okay. Yeah, just a little teeny tiner. Not sure what that is. Not sure exactly what this is. Beautiful looking fish though, wow, really, really pretty colors on this fish. Let's get him right out of here. Let's get him out of here. This is the bloodworms. I've been getting a lot of quick bites here. I downsized my hooks. I usually think big hook, big fish, but around here, you really need small hooks to catch anything. Just a little guy. That's fine. I think it might be the same fish as before. Yeah, it is. That's okay. Beautiful little fish. I think it's the same. It's got some spines on it, so we're gonna use our, what's it called? But beautiful little fish. Beautiful little fish. Let's get the hook out of him, get him right out of here. Not a bad fish. All right, so I might have something right here.
Oh yeah, little guy, little guy. Little guy, let's see what we got. Oh, it's a little flounder. Nice, dude. Very small, but we will certainly take it. That's pretty cool. My best friend Poe, he doesn't like flounder for some reason. I love flounder. I think flounder are great. They taste good. They're very cool looking. Hold on, bud, hold on. Hold on, hold on. Look at Chad here, hold on. And he's gone. All right, well, you saw him, I caught him. Yeah, it's a little flounder, that's great. Pretty sure I got something on my small rod. Let me navigate through here. Yeah, it like turned a little bit. Ooh, she's shaking. Let's see what we got here. All right, we got a fish. None of these feel too big. All right, another fish I'm not too familiar with. Beautiful fish though. Beautiful fish. Let's take a look at them here. Hit the fish bites. A lot of people don't think they work. They do. Hold on, bud. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. We'll get you out of here. We'll get you out of here. Beautiful fish. Beautiful fish. I think it's a sand perch. Could be wrong. We'll check it out. That's a good fish. All right, so we got a little fish right here. I think this is a kingfish, maybe. Who knows? But let's get him right out of here. All right, so we made our way away from this little beach at the inlet. Got to some rocks. Probably gonna get snagged at some point, but we're throwing out some pieces of shrimp. We're just gonna see what happens. Hopefully there's not a lot of the grass over here, the seaweed, seagrass. And we're just gonna see what happens. Just got a little fish on here, can't be big. Hit the gulp shrimp. Yeah, it's a little blackfish. Sea bass, maybe? I think that's a black sea bass, guys. Awesome, another species. These get pretty big. You can go out on like party boats and catch them, and these supposedly are good to eat, so that's pretty cool. Small guy, small one. We'll take it though. Oh, we're gonna use our pliers, guys. We're real big on pliers here on this channel. Just got another fish, not a giant. Again, no big fish in here. Not sure what it is yet. A lot of different species. Another black sea bass. Another black sea bass. Again, small guy, but we will take it. Yeah, the bigger version of these are supposedly really good eats and a lot of fun to catch off of a boat. I've only fished on a boat twice, so I can't really speak to that, but that's great. Hit the gulp shrimp again with a red jig head. I think 3/8 ounce. There he goes. Great ethical release, guys. This isn't trout fishing. We're not wetting our hands or anything, but that's great. I think we might have another small fish on here. A lot of small guys, but I mean, catching fish is certainly better than not catching fish, so we're not going to complain too much. Yeah, this is a fish. This is a fish. I can feel it. Ooh, a floundy. No, that's not a floundy. What is that? Oh, that's a sea robin. Wonderful. These are a lot of fun to get off from what I've heard. Need to be very careful, very spiny. So definitely going to be on the careful side here, guys. This is a sea robin. Sounds like a lovely name, but quite beautiful, nasty creatures. So yeah, we're just gonna gingerly get this guy out of here. All right, so you probably can't see him that well. We got a beautiful sea turtle. He's probably gonna come up for air here in a second. Boom, sea turtle. Really cool, really cool. Pretty sure I just got 2 fish for the price of 1. Oh yeah, doubled up. All right, that's great. So let's get these 2 black sea bass right out of here. That's great. All right, so despite my best efforts, we are going to be going to the Oregon Inlet. I think it's the Bonner. Got to be careful with that word. The Bonner Bridge Pier. A lot of folks out here. You know, I get self-conscious with a GoPro right in the middle of my forehead and like talking to myself out loud. So I'm just preparing you for the unsettling possibility that if I catch any fish out here, I probably won't talk. I'll probably just catch them and pretend like I don't have a GoPro on my head. But anyways, yeah, we're gonna get out here on the fish pier, throw out some shrimp and some bloodworms and just see what happens. We might go back over there. I don't know. There's a lot of seaweed in the water, so it's pretty lame, pretty lame. All right, so with the beautiful Pamlico Sound and Oregon Inlet in the background, let's quick wrap up for the day. Although we didn't catch any big fish, we did catch quite a few different species. Had a wonderful time here at the Oregon Inlet. Fished out kind of on the beach, fished back here in the bay area a little bit. Had a great time, but I think that's all we got from this spot.
From all of us here at Trout Towns, and by all of us, I sadly just mean myself, we'd like to thank you for watching today's episode. If you have any other trout towns you'd like me to visit, please drop me a comment in the comments section of this video. Also, if you enjoyed this video and would like to see me visit other trout towns across this great country, please consider subscribing to the Traveling Trout Co channel to give my life meaning. Also, go ahead and tap that like button. Just give it a tap. Trout Towns, brought to you by Traveling Trout Co, a company that's not really a company in any meaningful or significant way. Stay trouty, folks.